Hello everyone, I'm Elvie from Meadowlark Log Homes. Hi. So we're going to do a walk around this building site. So here is the crew, and this is the Amish construction crew, which is connected to Meadowlark Log Homes, our other company. So this is an 18 by 24 Montana cabin, single level. I got here this morning with a trailer, and I delivered some stain, varnish, and chinking for the customer, and also to meet the customer, because I've never met him. He found us online. Hey, little guy. Jacob brought his little dog along. So I'm looking forward to meeting the customer. He's supposed to show up here any minute. While we're waiting on him to come, I'm going to do a walk around and see what's happening this morning. So the first thing we did this morning, we took the packages. All these logs were in the white wrap, weather wrap, like the one bundle still wrapped over here. That's the roof purlins. They're all wrapped like that and banded together for unloading. So we took we moved all the logs close to the foundation on grass. We picked the grassy area, put the plastic tarp down first. We undo the weather wrap and lay that down on the ground so that none of the logs hit the dirt. So then we spread them out like this, because we got to put a gasket in this groove. So now they're all spread out for the gasket. Now the reason the crane is not moving right now is because they just set the first course, the first row, and they got to get it aligned. They've got to get the outlet holes drilled down through the subfloor. They've got to get it screwed down. Right now these professionals here, this young man right here is grandpa to my grandson. I don't know how that works, but we are sharing two grandbabies we're sharing. His daughter married my son. So anyhow, we have to get along because we have to share these grandboys. So they're getting this aligned. Get up here and take a closer peek here. We don't have the porch floor on yet. This is temporary plywood. We'll get the porch deck boards installed maybe later today when the logs are up. So they got to get this all sitting perfectly on that metal flash that goes around the perimeter. There's glue below the logs. It's glued to the subfloor and screwed, and then the corners are screwed, and there's gasket to seal the logs. There's an electrical hole. They're going to drill down through the subfloor. Now they're pulling a tape across to square it. They got to beat the logs a little bit, getting this thing fitting perfectly. So some of the equipment we got is battery caulking guns for the caulking, big DeWalt drills for drilling the outlets and putting the screws in. There's blowers to blow sawdust. We got screws, foam for the corners, caulking between the logs, and gasket.
Let me move a couple of those boxes real quick.
Dad, you're on.
So let's take a look at the logs that are here. They're starting to put the gasket on. This white film comes off gets pulled off the top. It's a sticky gasket, and they pull this white thing off. Now that's got the gasket ready to lay up on the house. So they're working at getting all these gasket on. Here is the railing for the porch. And these get packaged, banded together with the banding to keep them together. And then they're wrapped in plastic. And when you get a rail package from us, you get the rails all plastic shrink wrapped like this to protect them. And then there'll be a manual, a plan how to put it together. And then those are the posts. Posts have holes drilled in them. Oops. To fit the railing. Anyhow, that's not the best demonstration, but that's those railings go on that porch. Okay, so here we got some more logs. And some more logs. That young man's running that crane. And it'll be a few minutes until we get the first course, the first row all set. And then they'll start swinging. Now, unfortunately, this time around, this might be the only video we've got because I won't be here. I just came to deliver some materials and meet the customer, and then we'll have to get a video when this house is up, but at least you can see the first row. I'm going to go over here, show the house site that he's going to build. These are the roof purlins for the cabin. They're full length, they're massive. Even for a small cabin, we use massive roof beams. Now, I'm standing in the area where the customer is going to have us build about a 2,500 square foot single level on a basement, on a daylight basement. We're going to get a view of the site here. That's another reason I came to meet him for the first time. And while I was at it, I brought him stain and materials. But here is the site. I want to see the site. I like to go to the site and look at it and, kind of help design the house for the customer. So right where I'm standing will be the house, looking out the glass. But we'll look out that part through the trees. He's got them nicely trimmed all the way up. So if you have trees, you can limb them and still have the view through them. It's a beautiful view down that way. So that'll be the glass looking west. To the north, there's not much of a view. It's the trees. That'd be the back side of the house, uphill. So there'll be a daylight basement out front. And then the cabin over about 150 to 200 feet away. And then east would be over there for the sunrise. So I'm standing probably close to the middle of the house, and then that's the view. So the site is nice. It's a little difficult to get into. We can't get a semi truck up here, which is pretty common for building sites because they're tight. There's hairpin curves on his driveway coming up from the highway. I hear a vehicle coming up. I believe it's the customer. So I'll need to go meet him. And I will talk to you guys later. And we'll have to get a video of this house when it goes together and the cabin when it's done. So that'll be a little bit down the road. I just met the customer. I walked around, showed him the place. Here are the porch treads for the steps of the porch. And I want to get over here, and while we were talking together, they laid some more logs. They got all of the outlets poked through for the outlets going down into under the subfloor, and they're setting logs now. They're on the third course of this Montana cabin. So I want to see if I can get some reaction from the customer and have him share his thoughts here in a minute. So here comes Randy. Randy, would you mind saying something for our viewers? This is Randy, the owner of this. We just met about a half an hour ago. And would you mind sharing something?
I'm just loving it. I think this is very cool. I'm excited to see how it's going to go. So far, it's going fantastic. I'm very excited. So, looking forward to getting over here and finishing it.
Yeah, so like I said, Randy and I just met, and he bought this over the telephone. We showed up. So I think that's pretty good testimony with trusting us, hopefully, and then maybe if it all works out to build him a bigger house. So yeah, I'm pretty tickled. They're on the third course. They're about an hour and a half into this. So it because all of the work is done at home, or much of the work, the cutting and the notching, the trimming, the peeling, shaping, numbering, drilling, there's actually a lot of work that goes on into this at our place at home. A lot more than you'd ever think has been done at home, so that the guys here at the site it just snaps together easily, and so very happy about it. I'm sorry I can't take more video. I'm gonna have to leave now, and you know, we'll be back to build his house. We talked about that. He wants a rancher house over there, about 700 square feet on a daylight basement over in the area that he's walking toward. And so we're going to start drawing his plans. We're going to start pricing him for that project. And that would be a winter, maybe next spring, summer project. It goes something like this. We got to draw the plans. We got to price it. We have to get that done. And then he will do the concrete before it snows this year. And then in the wintertime, or when our schedule suits us during the wintertime, we would build the shell, the pre-assembled log package at home, and then come over here a little bit later in the spring or summer to put it together. So I have to leave now. This has been fun. Randy's a good guy, and this is going well. And thank you again for watching. God bless everyone. I'll see you later on this very location, hopefully.